Yo, what's up YouTube? 30 Dan Gaming coming back at you with another video. Sorry for the delay on some content. Just been a little bit busy with work and kind of trying to get some branding stuff correct with my YouTube channel and whatnot. But we're back, and today we're going to kick off what is going to be a series of videos that are going to be going into commander guides. We are going to start a new account sometime soon as well, because the scope of things have changed a little bit. I want to make sure that the sequence of commanders coming out is still in line with what I know. And also, I want to see the sequence of commanders that are going to be appearing in your daily chests, because as we can see, there's been more and more commanders that are being added. So obviously this doesn't really affect the free-to-plays, but it affects the heavy spenders, mid spenders, even low spenders, kind of, on what commanders you're going to be going in to work on. As you can see, there's all gold key commanders here. There's generation 1 commanders, and that's it. Generation 1 yeah, generation 1. So today we're going to be talking about Richard the First, since I know that he is the first commander that you're going to get on your wheel. So let's jump right into it. Richard the First, an infantry, garrison, and defense commander. I'm going to start this off by saying, although he's a garrison commander, I would not suggest using him in any garrison situation. Unless you're in Arc, there's no reason that he should be in a garrison situation. His healing that he does just takes your wounded troops and puts them right back into the fight, so that way they can die. You're better off just constantly reinforcing and keeping your rally, or keeping the garrison more full, as opposed to relying on a heal that's just going to be sending wounded troops right back into battle to be severely wounded or dead. So that's my first premise. Garrison, although he has the tree, I do not advise you using him in a garrison situation. So just going over his skills real quick. His first skill is going to offer you some massive healing, a healing factor of 1400. He's also going to be giving a debuff, an AoE debuff, to 5 enemy troops and reducing their damage by 30%. Very nice. And then also reducing their march speed by 15% for 2 seconds. The 2 seconds I don't really like, because it's like boom, boom, and then it's over. But again, anytime you're getting any kind of damage reducing effects, you always kind of want to chase those. Second skill, again, damage taken reduced by 15%. This is free. This is just, you get it no matter what. There's no skill that has to proc. It's just free, passive. You're getting it once you get that skill up to 5. And you're also getting a counterattack damage bonus of 10%. This is very similar to what we see with Charles Martel in his 4th skill. So if you pair a Charles up with a Richard, you're going to be getting a 40% counterattack damage bonus. Keep in mind that passive skills do stack, active skills do not. All right, next skill is going to give you a 15% attack bonus and 15% defense bonus. You know me, defense, health, I always want to chase these stats, these stat boosts that you're getting. Attack bonus is okay. You always want any kind of stat bonuses. KVK 1, KVK 2, you're going to get some decent value out of that. But once you hit KVK 3, you're going to start getting attack bonuses from KVK Tech. And then moving forward with Season of Conquest, with Crystal Tech Research, you're getting buttloads of attack bonuses and also damage bonuses. So this skill value kind of comes down a little bit as you get into Season of Conquest. Last skill is going to give him a healing effect enhancement of 30%, and then also damage taken from watchtowers reduced by 30%. I think this is the skill that kind of makes his makes him in a garrison situation not the best option, because number one, again, you're getting so much healing to begin with, and then you're getting the healing enhancement on top of that. So in a garrison situation, I just don't think that you're getting enough damage output in term, you know, in relation to the amount of healing that you're getting. With the current garrison metas that we're seeing right now, with like a Zenobia YSS, or even just if you want to put Zenobia in there, if you're comparing 1-to-1, Zenobia is giving you a decent amount of healing as well. However, she is giving additional damage bonuses that are going to help you kind of alleviate the amount of healing that you're going to be doing, to give that extra punch to the rally and help your trades out a little bit more. I think what this skill is really good for is for obviously open field and chaining barbarians, which I'll touch on in a bit. Last skill is his expertise. Troops led by this commander take 5% less damage from all sources. So this is going to stack with his second skill, giving him a total of 20% 20% damage reduction taken from all sources. So this is what gives him that super tank, and then you obviously have his heal behind it, and then we'll jump into the talents a little bit as well to show you where a little bit more of that tankiness comes from. Moving on, all infantry units led by this commander deal 2% increased damage to cavalry units, and every 10 seconds a target's march speed is reduced by 50% for 5 seconds. This is what makes him very good against cavalry units in KVK1. Myself being a cavalry main and running around with a Minamoto or Pelagius in KVK1, anytime I ran into a Richard, it was just not fun. But we can see here that he's only giving 2% increased damage, whereas now we're seeing by default, like what we see with Pakal. I don't know about CJ, but you're getting 5%. So you can see how the generation 1 commanders are, you know, obviously not as good as the latest and greatest that we're getting. I think it's with CJG that you're getting that 5% damage to. Yep. Infantry damage versus cavalry increased, going up to 5%. This is kind of why, you know, you can see the difference in later generation commanders and earlier generation commanders, where the earlier generation commanders just aren't as good. I know it's a discussion around the community that they hope that Lilith goes back and retweaks some commanders, which I think could definitely be used in some senses. I don't know if Richard will be one of those commanders that'll happen to. I know that they have put out in developer feedback that Hannibal Barca and Charlemagne are targets on that list to happen, but I think that note came out like 6-7 months ago, and we haven't heard anything further on that. So I highly doubt Lilith is going to be going back and retweaking these older commanders, but you never know. So those are his skills. Now jumping into his talents, this is just a general open field build, and then have something a little bit more in terms of a canyon build. Generally in canyon, you want to have that one march tanking the 4 troops from your enemy, and then vice versa. Most people have it set up that way. So you don't want something like this for your canyon build, since you're getting wasted talent points for march speed reduction, and then you're also getting, you know, a shit ton of march speed itself. You don't need march speed in canyon, so I would opt for something like this. This is great for open field because you're getting a little bit of that extra speed that you need to get from point A to point B, and as we all know, infantry units are super slow and they need that little bit of a boost. And just real quick, some extra things that are going to make Richard a little bit tankier, and this is for anyone with a defense tree. It obviously helps infantry, I think, much more because infantry are just tankier in general. We have a chance to proc 15% damage for the next 1 second, but that's still nice because if that lines up with when an active skill is going to proc on you, then that active skill is going to take 15% less damage. You always want loose formation, is going to give you reduced skill damage taken by 9%. a little bit of a counterattack damage, more damage reduction taken. Here 1.5%, so in total for Richard is 21.5%. And then this will increase their defense. Again, more tankiness. You went over here and took the additional damage taken buff, which goes up to 3%. Then you would be at 24.5% damage taken reduction. Very solid. Again, damage taken reduction is one of those stats that I like to chase. So what would I use Richard for in summary? I would use him in KVK1, KVK2, KVK3. He's still viable. As a minimum investment, I would do 5511 as I have him here. If you are an infantry player and you want to take it a step further and want a little bit of additional stat boost, you can go ahead and do 5551. I think that's good as well. Ultimate conclusion onto Maxis Commander. Again, we're thinking ahead to Season of Conquest. This game is about longevity. If you're in it for the long run, you always want to be planning your next steps for your account. For me, at least, is usually a few months ahead. You reach Season of Conquest about a year into your Kingdom Age, and once he hits Season of Conquest, I just don't think he offers enough to want to max this guy. 700 sculpts or 690 after you unlock him is a lot to invest, where I think you can go for YSG instead, and then obviously Alex. You can probably put a couple gold heads into Charles Martel depending on where you're at if you need to. So yeah, I mean, I think Richard is a good commander. I don't think he's great. He doesn't age well, in my opinion. What I utilize him for at the moment is chaining barbarians in KVKs, which I do not too frequently because it is very time consuming, but chaining barbarians with a Richard and YSG, you can chain for hours and that troop is never going to die. However, in Season of Conquest, I don't know if it was because of the gear that I have. This is my infantry gear. Again, I'm not an infantry player by any means. I mean, there's a windswept. I have a couple pieces of purple. I just have this on here because I was just doing Golden Kingdom. So don't troll me. But in Season of Conquest, my ability to chain was significantly reduced. I was able to chain maybe 3 to 5 barbs. And I think if you wanted to take a shot, and if you're a free-to-play player and want to take a shot, especially with the access to some talent resets now, I hope Lil does introduce more of those because we've only gotten like 3 or 4 since we've seen them. I think with the 5515 Richard, you're going to be able to chain the barbarians a little bit longer in Season of Conquest, and obviously with some better gear. But just from my personal experience, I was struggling chaining barbarians in Season of Conquest because those suckers are strong. And yeah, that's my conclusion. I would say do not max this commander. Focus on YSG instead. Take a minimum investment on him as a 5511. Put a couple gold sculpts into him, but don't do much. I would definitely spin for this wheel. Depending on your spending level, I mean, people are going to spin like crazy if they are big spenders. But yeah, I wouldn't max this commander. I just don't think he holds the value over time, and you have better options that come out down the road who offer you tankiness plus, you know, more damage, which is what we're always chasing, because we want to get those nice trades and fill other people's hospitals and not fill our own. So I hope this video helped. Again, we're going to be doing a little bit more in terms of commander guides. We'll probably go a little bit deeper into the talent trees as well, but some of these earlier generation commanders are pretty simple and basic to kind of get through. So we will be diving a little bit deeper into the future commanders that we are doing. Stay tuned. We will be starting a new account in a younger kingdom. Again, I need to get these timelines, and I want to see, you know, what daily chests are available, and kind of give you like a really nice breakdown in terms of how to build your accounts, gearing them up for Season of Conquest, and how to obtain those latest and greatest commanders without giving yourself a headache and feeling like you're behind and have to migrate back to KVK2 once you get to Season of Conquest, which many people are doing right now. Last thing I just want to leave off with, Huge shout out to Kingdom 1780. Much love. Thank you so much, everyone, for all the support that you guys have showed me. It really means a lot. It took a lot to get to dive into building a channel and, you know, creating this content. So the love and support that you guys have showed me has been awesome. I really appreciate it. With that, I'm out. Gotta head to work. Hit the grind. Peace out, y'all. Love you. Peace.